everybody, and welcome to another take of Zooming with Kaymitch. I'm excited to have our next caller on call. So without further ado, let me get him on here for quick. Hey,
Hey, how are you?
hey, I'm good. Uh, Happy to have you on call. Thank you for patiently waiting on me and being able to be on this call with me today. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get started. Can you kind of go ahead and introduce yourself, your school, hometown, your master program?
Yeah, so my name is Torres. I am from Woodburn, Oregon, very small town. I am currently a GA here at Jacksonville University. Um, I could we go through that again. My bad. I forgot.
You good? You can continue.
Okay, my bad.
You
I don't
good?
want you to have to do like the re-edit thing, so like
Oh,
start over.
it's nothing to edit real quick, but we can kind of go back over it. So let's kind
Hold
of
on.
still.
Sorry, I'm cutting. Give me a second. I'm cutting out. Give me like half a second. I think I'm on the one Wi-Fi. That's why I kind of paused for a second. Give me, what is going on? What? Just changed it. Yeah. All right. Sorry.
Restart it. It's recording, but I'll just trim all of this, so it's all good. So
All right. That light's bad. All right. Let's do this.
All right. So welcome to Zooming with Kaymitch. I'm excited to have you on here for a take. Excited to be talking with you. Why don't you go ahead and kind of introduce yourself, your school, your hometown, and your master program for me?
Yeah. So I'm Diego Torres. I am from Woodburn, Oregon. The school I work at, I'm a GA for Jacksonville University women's basketball, and I am currently studying organizational leadership.
Wow, that's good. That's good. So first question, you said you're from Oregon and you went to Oregon. What was it like being a practice player for that women's program?
Yeah. I got there in 2019, so going back 4.5 years. It was Sabrina's year. As everyone knows, we had Sawtoo as well, Ruthie Hebert at the time, and Jazz Shelley was a freshman. Even the other role players were good. Sedona, who's didn't get our eligibility, but when I first got there, it was madness on campus. Like just the buzz around our football team, our men's basketball team, and then our women's team. It was amazing to be there. Being a practice player, though, I was definitely fortunate enough to get that opportunity. Um, it was a very humbling experience because one, I got that opportunity to grow with the players as well, and then facilitate those conversations in terms of building relationships, right? That goes off court too. I remember being a freshman having to get up early, go to class, and like I would be sitting there, and then like some of the girls, even Sabrina, had lunch with me a few times and breakfast, and those relationships really helped like foster like prosper like help me understand what it took in their day-to-day lives to get whatever they needed to get through their day, but also perform on the court. Kelly, my guy, he's awesome. He's really relaxed and he's very vocal, and he really dictates a lot of his practices. So their players are getting a lot of game like reps and a lot of running in. And he utilizes a unique perspective and the coaching staff at the time. And his mannerisms and his coaching ability is something that I took from that. And then the last 4 years, so my sophomore, junior, and senior year, we had a new staff, except our head coach and our associate coach. COVID kind of shut it down for a little bit, so I wasn't able to participate much.
Yeah.
And that was unfortunate because I kind of got disconnected a little bit. And then my junior and senior year, I really got back into it, and there was a whole new crew in there, and it was a good time though, if I'll be honest. Like it was just a different like that different type of vibe, but just a different coaching style that Coach Kelly had for a new class. And I thought it was unique to be in that experience where it was like Oregon High and then like a whole new class that he had to reset. And it really like turned my brain into thinking more like, oh man, like what really goes into that? Like the scouting and all of that. So, and then my senior year, I can go into that too. Um, I was there. I wasn't as active as I once was, because I was in an internship as well in our athletic department. But the times I was there, we had like a lot of new freshmen that were starting right away, and it was amazing. They competed at a very high level. Chance Gray and Grace Van Sluten, man, they're a real deal.
Mhm.
I wish them all the luck this year. But they really put in the time to get that extra work in. And Tahino at the time was a good friend of mine, and she would always ask to get extra shots up and things like that. So I was able to build a really good relationship with her throughout my time there.
Wow, that's amazing. I mean, Oregon is such a franchise type of college women's basketball now that is really unreal. Like for you to be able to, compete and go against Sabrina and stuff like that's just amazing. That's really cool. Not everybody gets that opportunity to be around a great Power Five organization and be able to be their practice player. Even something as you would think simple that really is so well needed in programs like that. That's awesome. Next
Yeah.
question. Kind of how did you get the opportunity to be the GA for Jacksonville?
Um, yeah, so it wasn't really till I took this coaching class in my spring term. I really wanted to become, honestly, a coach, and it was a great opportunity for me in that coaching class to also work with he was a former coach, track coach, and he really broke it down for me. And then I spoke to my coaches, Jody Berry, who's the associate head coach. And I had asked her like, hey, like, is there any way like I'm interested in becoming a GA at another school? And I know you guys have recruiting trips. Is there any way I could possibly get my name out there? And I asked that way, as well as there were some other platforms as like the Rising Coaches. I put my information, resume, a picture. So I put a picture to face, and then kind of just put it out there. And then I started networking with a bunch of coaches. They were even high school coaches, and pretty much Coach Jennings saw my stuff online on Twitter, and she reached out to me, which I thought was cool.
Yeah,
Because usually you do a lot of time having to go talk to coaches or write letters to coaches just to even get a look. And yeah, we had pretty much she had hit me on Twitter, and we talked on the phone, and we were able to connect. And obviously I knew who she was right away, and I was shocked that she was even thinking about me. And yeah, we pretty much got it from there, and I pretty much took it right away.
that's cool. That's amazing how social media has really changed the game as far as connections and reaching out and finding job opportunities for sure. That's
Mhm.
really so. Speaking of you being the GA for Jacksonville, kind of what have you learned so far being there?
Um, yeah, great question. Being a practice player is one thing, and then not really touching the film side or the day-to-day operations that go behind it,
Right.
the recruiting. It's different. I've had my own struggles for sure, and they're really good struggles because I haven't done some like play drawing or things like that as much. And that's something I'm learning right now. And I have to spend honestly a long time looking at it so I'm able to understand the concept, the formations, and then what goes behind the coach's process, whether it's like a defensive like show or like an offensive like set, and like a what's the word? Like deceiving, like this, like have an action one way and then really look for the other action the other way. And um yeah, it's been a lot. I'm learning graphics as well.
Mhm.
First time with that. I was fortunate enough to get that experience through my athletic internship a little bit. So I kind of was aware of the tools, but like it's so different. Like it's my first time doing it. But my coach Rashad, our associate here, he did a good job making sure that we were um watching him as well as he was being very interactive with us.
That's amazing. That's one thing that I'm also kind of learning right now being at Murray is like the graphic part of it and Photoshop and trying to cut film and clips and stuff. So it is a lot that, you know, as players, me formerly playing like this stuff that we don't see as practice players, something that you don't necessarily see how much
Mhm,
time go into that. That's
mhm,
good. You kind of touched on this a little bit already. But what are your future plans kind of with college sports, women's basketball? What's your future?
mhm. Yeah, good question. Um, right now it's really trying to be in the moment and be present. Myself, I struggle with like, oh man, like how can I get to the future first?
Mhm.
But my coach even special, she gave me a couple books to read as well. And I've been reading those and I'm really just falling in love with the process, right? And being able to struggle and how much that makes you grow. So the future is right now just trying to be the best GA that I can be, as well as help the program in any way, because we're all new staff here and trying to get things rolling the right way. Like I said, ride the wave. Just trying to get it going. But right now, if I would say, is definitely be a GA, and then for future, try to be a supporting staff role, or if the opportunity comes, be an assistant coach when I'm done here. But that's a lot of work, but I know that I have to put the hours in, and I can't just talk about it, you know? I got to put those actions in.
Awesome. Awesome. Lastly, what mental advice would you give future players, future hoopers, upcoming hoopers?
Yeah. Um, Future hoopers, pretty much there's a lot of information you can find online. Utilize your resources as best you can, but understand where the content comes from, because there's some things that you get taught and then you go to like your practice and it's completely different.
Right.
Just be aware of the stuff that you're learning and really, really focus on. I wish I focused on when I was more of a hooper in high school, because I played, is to really put your head down and work, right? I think at times you get caught up with, oh man, I can't wait till this is done. But if you really didn't put in the work, as much as you say you really love this game, you know, like you're really not gonna feel the feeling of like that extra excitement for it. So really just put your head down and work and really reach out to your high school coaches, as well as anyone you have close in your circle to get extra shots up, extra time in the gym. And then a little bit more on the mental side. Even without being on the court, there's still ways that you can still envision yourself. I know you can practice your own mental reps in terms of, oh man, like how do I come off this ball screen tighter? Or if they're going under and a ball screen's coming, like a DHO action, like, and they're going to go under it, like I got to be thinking about, oh man, I got to take a dribble and then pull back, or I'm just coming right off it and letting it go because they're going under. So thinking about those scenarios really help you a lot. Lastly, meditate. It's something I'm new to, but releasing some stress and some giving your body and mental break is really important. As you know, you're a hooper, and you played. It really does help a lot, and it really releases a lot of tension in your body that's needed.
Absolutely. I'm really big on yoga, hot yoga, whatever type of yoga to get those stretches in and also like the mental part of it. So that's such great advice. I really appreciate you tuning in with Zooming with Kaymitch. I wish you the best of luck at Jacksonville. I'll be rooting for you. I'll be watching y'all. So I really appreciate you being on this call, Diego, and I wish you best of luck and I'll be in touch with you. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. I appreciate it.